Hello, everybody. We are in the groove now. We just did the big 333 ranking. How we're doing Star Wars. Let's do this, shall we? As always, Cody will go first. AJ sadly will go next. And I will go last. So, Cody, we are only doing the live action movies, no shows, no Clone Wars movie. But let's do it. Cody, number 11 for you, good sir.
My number 11 is The Last Jedi. I know I get that a lot of people like the movie. It's kind of like a split down the middle movie, but I'm kind of on the side of the fence that where I just don't like the movie. My main issue with it is how they handle Luke Skywalker. I just wasn't a big fan of how they handled that character, and also Leia. Wasn't really a huge fan of what they did with those
He said your name.
characters.
He said your
But
name.
but yeah, um, I don't remember much about the movie. I might have to rewatch it, but I just remember not liking it. I saw it like 2 or 3 times. Just wasn't a big fan. But maybe if I rewatch it, it'll go up higher on my list. But as of right now, it's my number 11.
AJ, number 11.
Solo, a horror story. God, this movie sucks ass. Solo is just a pile of shit. It tries to be two films. There's no real villain, and yeah,
Fucking
it blows.
you fucking
It
hate this movie so much.
it just blows every cock I could see, or it could see, not I could see. It's terrible. Even horny agrees.
Fucking guy hates that movie so much. It's so funny. My number 11 is episode 2, Attack of the Clones. If this movie was fun, this movie was entertaining, it would be on like the Jason X level for me because the CGI in this movie is just as bad as Jason X, and it had a but budget a jillion times more than this movie, but the CGI is still ass in this movie. The acting is terrible. The writing is terrible. Um, I'm so glad in recent years that Ewan and Hayden have gotten to come back to the franchise, um, and kind of redeem themselves. But yeah, this movie's AIDS. Uh, Positives.
When it said written and directed by George Lucas,
You can look. The best scene in this movie is 3 seconds long when he goes to find his mother, and not the scene where he's talking to his mother because it's not Hayden's fault. It's none of the actors' faults with the prequels. I love George Lucas. I love him. He's not a great director. He's not even that good of a writer. He's just a good coming up with a story, and that's where it should have ended with George. With most of these movies that he was involved with, the scene where he's talking with his mother in the hut is fine. The scene where he comes out and he's pissed off should have been like the last third of the movie. Just seeing him kill all those fucking Tusken Raiders would have made me come everywhere. But we get 3 seconds of it. And then it zooms out into a circle and then, yeah. Cody, number 10.
My number 10, Attack of the Clones. I agree with pretty much everything you said. I do like the fight with the Sand People, the Tusken Raiders. I like um, that scene with Anakin and his mother. I kind of like the scene with like um, uh, Obi-Wan and Jango Fett. Like that scene was kind of cool.
It's
Um,
it's probably the best action scene in the movie, but it's just really doofy. but I get it. It's got some fun in it for sure.
But yeah, it's just way too much CGI. The CGI just isn't very good. But some of the acting isn't very good either. Yeah, just it's always been my least favorite of the three prequels by far, and yeah, it's my number 10.
AJ.
My number 10 is Attack of the Clones. Everything you guys have said is what you've said. We could just move on.
My 10 is Phantom Menace. Or no, yeah, my 10 is Phantom Menace. Only slightly better than Attack of the Clones. I just think this movie's really boring. The Darth Maul fight is probably my favorite duel of the prequels. I think it's really good. No, I think the first half is really good with Qui-Gon. Then once Qui-Gon dies, it gets really, really choreography. You can tell. But yeah, it's a slightly better version of Attack of the Clones for me. Liam Neeson's fine in the movie. Qui-Gon doesn't have much of a character to him. Jake Lloyd, not gonna rag on the kid, but he's not great, and again, it's not his fault. And yeah, the CGI in this, people say to this day that movie should have won Best Visual Effects at the Oscars over The Matrix. If you watch The Matrix nowadays, you will see that is not correct. The Matrix visual effects, while they are a bit dated at times, most of the effects in The Matrix hold up pretty freaking well. Pod race sequence is cool. When they go back to Coruscant, I think it is, right? Where the
I just rewatched it.
And how? No, I'm joking. No, when Jar Jar goes, "We are going home," and let's talk about Jar Jar, shall we? Again, it's not Ahmed Best's fault, but good lord, George, come on, man. I mean, I know
That's
Ahmed.
George's favorite character.
I know George put some. I know Ahmed put some stuff in there too, but come on, guys. And I get these movies are for kids, but yeah, number 10, Phantom Menace. Kody, number 9.
My number 9 is The Rise of Skywalker. Wasn't that big on this one. I do like how they brought back Emperor Palpatine. I thought that was really cool. But the movie just I found it kind of boring. It did have some cool action sequences though. I don't remember much from it, honestly. Yeah, this one and The Last Jedi I do need to rewatch because I haven't seen them very much, but I just remember not liking them that much. And yeah.
AJ, number 9.
My number 9 is Phantom Menace. The Darth Maul fight is probably the best. And I pretty much disagree with what you have to say, Chase. Yeah.
Yeah, my 9 is the same as Kody's, Rise of Skywalker. I liked it the first time I saw it in the theaters. I saw it 2 more times in the theaters, and each time I was like, "Oh my god." Yeah, this movie is just really
Rushed.
Up until the scene where Kylo tells Rey that she's a Palpatine. I was kind of enjoying the movie. I still enjoy the movie. Everything after that, though, is just a clusterfuck of what the hell. Like, unlike you, Kody, I kind of hated that Sheev was coming back, that Palpatine was coming back. I love Ian McDiarmid as a character, but Jesus Christ. He's dead. There's no clone bullshit, and Yeah, number 9, Rise of Skywalker. I almost put it at 10, but I think some of the visual effects and the acting are better than in Phantom Menace. But yeah, number 9. Number 8, Kody.
My number 8 is Solo. Wasn't that big on the movie. Just felt unnecessary. We didn't need like a Han Solo origin story. And
Yep.
yeah, there's really no antagonist in it. And yeah, I guess I think there was like a really cool like train sequence or something in the movie. I thought that was pretty cool, but yeah, overall, I'll probably never watch it again.
Seen it once and never watched it again. Don't even remember anything of it.
AJ, number 8.
My number 8's The Rise of Skywalker. As I agree with you, Sheev should not have come back. I felt this movie was very rushed. Originally, this movie was 192 minutes.
You can tell?
Oh, yeah. I would have loved to seen that cut of the film because that cut apparently had the original cut of the like the fucking Knights of Ren did a lot of stuff. They talked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kody, have you read that script? The original script from Colin Trevorrow and his writing partner? It's really fucking good.
It's badass.
It's like top 5 Star Wars.
Wait, so Colin Trevorrow was going to be the writer, and JJ was just going to direct it, right?
No, Colin was going to write and was going to co-write and direct and maybe even produce. And then after his not Jurassic World film that he directed instead of Failing Suckdom. But he wrote Failing Suckdom still. That movie Henry something or whatever it was called failed and it wasn't good.
Henry.
Book of Henry or whatever the fucking movie was called. Nobody saw it. No, and
Hardcore Henry?
No, the drama film. Just quiet. It wasn't received well. No one and the people who saw it didn't like it, so he was booted because yeah. My number 8 is. Were you done? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 8, Solo. The train scene is the best part of the movie. I don't hate Alden Ehrenreich in the role, but yeah, I agree. It's a very unnecessary film. I didn't need it. Didn't want it. Emilia Clarke's fun to look at. The guy who plays Chewie now, Eunice Suetamo, or his name is really fun in this movie. But overall, I didn't need this movie. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. Bland. Just kind of there.
Piece of shit.
Number 8 for me. Kody, number 7.
My number 7 is the Phantom Menace. I really like Qui-Gon in this movie, and Obi-Wan. I love Darth Maul in this movie. He's badass. I don't like Jake Lloyd in this movie as young Anakin Skywalker. Jar Jar Binks is atrocious. CGI is really bad, but for me, the lightsaber duel with Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Darth Maul at the end, that saves the movie for me. But overall, not very good.
AJ.
My number 7 is Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the best of the prequels. This movie is... The dialogue is not good, but Ewan and Ian McDiarmid, I think, are the best part of the movie. When Hayden goes bad, he goes bad. It's a little cringe, but...
A little cringe. I'll talk about it.
But overall, like this, I gotta say, like, everyone's like, oh, what about the Mustafar duel? I'm like, it's just a dance battle. It's choreographed. It's a dance. That's what you say, Chase. It's not the best. It has the most fight scenes in the prequels.
I think it has the most fight scenes in any Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
It's either that or Rise of Skywalker.
No, it's this one.
Yeah, I think it is this one.
So that's it.
Number 7 for me. Get your blowtorch out, motherfuckers. Return of the Jedi. Yeah. I like this movie, but I find it very, very overrated. I find it to be very, very weak. I find it very, very good climax to the original trilogy, but I find it very, 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 very repetitive from the original film. Doing a Death Star 2 was dumb. I love the Vader and Luke stuff at the end. I love the stuff on what's Bear Country called? I totally forget. Andor, thank you. I like that stuff. But and the space battle up there is damn good too. But the Fuzzy Bears, they're like AJ. They're Fuzzy Bears. I'm not the biggest fan of like cute characters either. I've never have been, never will be. So yeah, for me, they're just. I do like the stuff with Han and Leia and everybody else, but the Fuzzy Bear crap is a little for me. And then there's a big portion in the middle of the film where they meet the Fuzzy Bears. It's a bit boring up until the Jabba sail barge ending to the beginning of the big battle, big battles, I should say. But it's just my number 7. Number 6, Kody.
My number 6 is Rogue One. I remember liking this movie. I'll have to rewatch it.
I'm just kidding.
Really love all the Darth Vader stuff in this movie. I wish there was more screen time with Darth Vader. But yeah.
Like you're
the whole
holding
ending.
Like you're holding
the ending scene with like Darth Vader like killing all those rebels.
The most come-worthy scene in any Star Wars film, yeah.
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 So good.
Yeah. AJ, number 6. Stop holding your dick. Fucking freak.
Number 6
It looks like it's right there, bro. It looks like you're literally holding your dick with the lightsaber.
Number 6 is The Force Awakens. I really like this movie. It's a good reboot to the franchise. Yeah, it's a new hope. But you know what? I had a lot of fun with it. Love the characters. Kylo annoyed the hell out of me in this. His tantrums. But I thought he was a badass, though.
Fuck out.
No. I really liked Finn.
No, get the fuck out.
I liked Finn in this movie. Yeah.
That's really low.
Not really.
Not really. My number 6 is Revenge of the Sith. This movie is almost my number 5, but one beat it out. I really like this movie a lot. Like, I really like this movie. It's almost great. There's just a couple dialogue bits here that little prequely for me. I agree. The ending fight between Vader and Obi-Wan is a big fat dance with CGI lava coming out of George Lucas's. The emotion is there for the most part. It's a really fun movie. I just have a couple things with it where I don't like. I think the opening like 20 something minutes trying to save Sheev is really fun. I love the last dialogue exchange between Anakin and Obi-Wan as friends. It's a great scene. I agree. I think AJ said it. Anakin or Ewan McGregor and Ian McDiarmid saved this movie for me, acting wise. Ian McDiarmid, the last like third of this movie, half of this movie, whatever it is, when he full on dick face, crinkled dick Palpatine is the funniest. I mean, he is hamming it up to a point that it's so good. I love him in this movie. He's so much fun. Haven't talked about her yet. Natalie Portman, Oscar-winning actress, multiple Oscar nominee, also is atrocious in all three of these films. I think she's the best here, but she doesn't have much to do besides die and give birth at the same time. But yeah, I find this movie very, 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 very good. Just has a couple things for me that I'm like, and I do think the ending is a bit tacked on. Seeing Luke and Leia given to their adoptive parents, a bit tacked on, but this is you can tell this is the movie that George wanted to make, and he made it, and it's pretty good. It's really damn good. My number 6, Revenge of the Sith. Kody, top 5. Number 5.
My number 5 is Return of the Jedi. I like this movie, but it's definitely overrated for sure. It's a bit too like goofy and campy.
AJ hates us both now.
But I do think all the stuff with Luke and Vader is great. And yeah, like that whole fight sequence is really good. Yeah, I like the movie, but yeah, it's my number 5.
AJ?
My number 5 is The Last Jedi, my favorite out of the sequel trilogy. This I'm actually rewatching this too. This movie is great.
Did you come?
Oh yeah. I just got past the Praetorian Guard fight, so obviously. Yeah. I love Kylo in this movie. I wish Snoke wasn't killed off, but I get why. Say what you want about Luke. I liked him. I understand why he did it. I enjoyed this movie very much. I used to hate it, but Rise of Skywalker is probably the worst sequel trilogy. Yeah, and this one was just a lot of fun. Rian Johnson wrote and directed this movie. Rian Johnson's such a really good director.
Stop holding your dick.
Rian Johnson's
just kidding, bro. You can keep holding him. You just have it like right in the perfect spot where it looks like you're just yanking. You're just holding your penis all the time.
No, he'd be like this. My dick wouldn't be up here.
You don't know that.
Let me check. I don't have a dick for a stomach.
Anyway.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, it's come worthy.
My number 5 is The Force Awakens. I have never been hyped for a movie in my life more than I have for this movie. And for me, on almost every level, it blew me away. It's a fantastic reboot of the franchise. It's a great legacy sequel. It's just a really fun movie. It just has the energy that the original had and just modernized it. I don't care that that's kind of a rehash. I don't care. I have fun with it. I like the new characters a lot. Love Rey, love Kylo, love Finn. I think Kylo's hilarious in the movie. His fucking tantrums every fucking time. It makes me laugh so hard. Adam Driver's my favorite. The
comedy's pretty good.
Yeah. Adam Driver is my favorite character, my favorite new character in this sequel trilogy. And Kylo is my favorite character in the sequel trilogy. I just love this movie. Harrison Ford came back to die, and he's so good in this movie as Han Solo. He wasn't Indiana Jones from Crystal Skull. He was Han Solo. Again, he was so good in this movie. Mark Hamill being in the movie for 5 seconds doesn't bother me. I love that. Once the crawl said, Luke Skywalker had vanished. I'm like, oh, so Luke's gonna be in this movie for 5 seconds. Then fine with me. It's so much fun. My number 5, Force Awakens. Number 4, Mr. Kody.
My number 4 is Force Awakens. I love this movie a lot. I saw it in the theater. Everybody was just clapping, cheering when the credits started rolling. It's just a really fun legacy sequel. Love how it brings back legacy characters and has some really good new characters as well. A lot of great action sequences. Kylo Ren's a really cool villain in this movie. And yeah,
I'll never forget the first teaser trailer, and the end shot is the Millennium Falcon getting shot at by some X-wings.
TIE
That was
fighter.
TIE fighters. That was my screensaver on my phone for like 4 years after. I love it. It was just my phone screen or my computer screensaver too. Anyway, sorry. AJ, number 4.
My number 4 is A New Hope. I love this movie. A New Hope is what brought Star Wars to life. Is what introduced us to Horny and all the characters and Obi-Wan and everyone. This movie, I watched the original trilogy as a kid, like all the fucking time. Prequels, yeah, I watched them, but original trilogy was my go-to sci-fi film. It's my favorite like movie franchise of all time. But if I was gonna watch any of them, my favorite trilogy for sci-fi film is Star Wars: The Original Trilogy. Yeah.
Number 4 for me is Rogue One, Star Wars story, or just Star Wars Rogue One, or just Rogue One. As much as I loved Force Awakens, I somehow still to this day love Rogue One even more. It's got a war tone. It's got an adventure tone. It's got the most cum-worthy scene in any Star Wars film, featuring AJ's penis over there. Yeah, the last 40 minutes of this movie is the greatest thing I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie. The first almost 2 hours is really good too. A lot of jumping around, a lot of information coming out, but I like the movie. And then the last 40 minutes happens, and I came everywhere. And then that Vader scene happened, and my dick exploded everywhere. I remember that scene. It was like Jason Voorhees and Darth Vader are very similar in the way that that Darth Vader is basically space Jason Voorhees without being uber Jason. When he activated that lightsaber, I can't tell you guys. I was a fucking 5-year-old. I was just like, I'm gonna kill all those motherfuckers.
Every time I play Star Wars Battlefront 2, I always just say, "Who wants to get Rogue One?"
And guess what Darth Vader does? Kills
Rogue
all
One,
those
fuck out.
motherfuckers. Yeah, every time I watch the movie and that scene comes on,
Oh, dicks out, and I'm clapping it.
If you try and stop me from watching that scene, I will take my fucking lightsaber and stab you in your fucking vagina.
Jay, it's clapping every time that scene shows up.
Oh, my Squillum, my clapping my dick is everywhere, Squillum. Everywhere. I fucking love that scene. But yeah, I like the movie quite a bit for the first hour and a half-ish, and then the last 40 is just... Number 3, Mr. Kody.
My number 3 is A New Hope, the one that started it all. A damn good movie. Introduces a lot of our fan favorite characters: like Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Darth Vader, Leia, 3PO, R2. Just a lot of great
Chewie.
moments. Chewie, yeah.
You
A lot of
can't forget
great
the
moments.
dog, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
The dog with the satchel.
Get the satchel. Or the big walking carpet. Yeah. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, it's a really fun movie. I really love all the Darth Vader scenes, especially. He's my favorite Star Wars character. Yeah, it's my number 3.
AJ.
Number 3 is Rogue One. As Chase talked about it before, Rogue One is just a come-worthy movie. It's a good war story. I love how it's in the perspective as of a soldier, which is something we really never really got. And every time Vader shows up, it's jerk off, clapping the dick, dicks out, pants down, let's go.
You're running around your apartment naked. Yeah, we all know, but
no, not running around the apartment. I'm just watching the TV screen. Like,
yeah, running around the apartment going yeah.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. Yeah, but I love that movie. Saw it like 7,000 times in theaters.
Yeah.
Loved all the trailers when they announced that Vader was going to be in it. I just shit my pants.
Same here.
And then some of my friends like, if you're going to go see it for Vader, you might as well not because he's only in it. I said, I don't give a fuck. It's a Star Wars movie. I'm going to see it.
Yeah.
Saw it, clapped my dick, and the rest is history.
Oh, and Kody, I have to I have to disagree with you on one point about Rogue One, and I just remembered it. I think Vader's in the movie the perfect amount because he's not the main, but he's a bad guy in the film, but he is not the main bad guy. I understand why you feel that way, though. A lot of people do, but I just think he's used perfectly. If he was used more, it would be a Vader film, and I want that. Don't get me wrong. I want that. But I think he was used perfectly for this film. Anyway, my number 3 is everyone's favorite, The Last Jedi. From the moment I saw this film till right now, I don't understand the hate for this movie. There are a couple things that I don't like in there that are nitpicky things. I'm still, to this day, don't love Luke throwing the lightsaber. I think he could have just tossed it on the ground. But I get for the joke he tosses it, and yeah, I get it. But I love Luke in this movie. It makes sense. I buy why he went into hiding. Luke in the original trilogy was always very reactional. He was always very reactional. He was always very just do it now and then think about it later on. And that scene where you see him going to kill Kylo, and then him bringing it back, is a great scene. And fuck you if you disagree. Not to you, Kody, but to any fucking dumbass Star Wars hater out there. And as much as I love this franchise, my favorite franchise, the fans are atrocious human beings. You can go fuck yourselves. But no, I love this movie. I love the final fight. I love the final goodbye between Luke and Leia. I think Adam Driver is incredible in this movie as Kylo Ren. I think Daisy Ridley gives her best performance ever. I think John Boyega is good in the film. I think Kelly Marie Tran is good in this film. I think Oscar Isaac is good in this film. Although I don't love Poe's story, I think his thing on the ship is a little okay. But I like the Battlestar Galactica feel because I'm a Battlestar Galactica fan. So yeah, I also love the Praetorian Guard fight. I think that is a kick-ass fight. I don't care if you hate it. I love it. I think it's great. And Mark Hamill is Oscar worthy in this film. I'm just gonna say it. And I think it also has the best visual effects of any Star Wars film still to this day. And the holo maneuver, fucking awesome. Lore ruining, it is not. Anyway, Kody, number 2.
My number 2 is Empire Strikes Back. This is a great classic Star Wars movie. It's very dark. This is very much so like Darth Vader's movie. It's got like a lot of great twists and turns along the way, like with Darth Vader being Luke's father and everything. Like it's just written so well. The fight sequences are really cool. I really love all the scenes with Darth Vader and Boba Fett. A lot of great stuff there, and yeah, it's my number 2.
KJ, number 2.
Who's that?
Lou.
Okay. My number 2 is also Empire. This is definitely a Vader film. The fight between Vader and, Horny and Luke is great. The reveal of Horny being his father is just come worthy. Just because it's like fucking shit. Like, yeah. The introduction to Yoda is fun. Yeah, this is a great movie. I agree with pretty much everything you said, Kody.
Oh no, memento. I'm chewing food. I'm chewing cum. No, I'm just kidding.
Not surprised.
My number 2 is also Empire Strikes Back. It fleshes out everything about the original. Well, it fleshes out everything about the original characters. I think the Vader and Luke lightsaber fight is the best lightsaber fight in the history of Star Wars. It's an amazing movie. It's a masterpiece. It's the best sequel of all time. It's one of the best movies of all time. It's an amazing film. Absolutely love it. Start to finish. Vader is better in this film than he is in the original. But,
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Better.
Number 1, Kody.
My number 1 is Revenge of the Sith. This has always been my favorite Star Wars movie. I just love seeing Anakin's dissension into evil. I love all the action sequences. Obi-Wan is great in this movie. There's just it just has like a perfect like dark tone to it. And
It's
yeah,
a very dark film. It's a
Yeah.
very dark film. Yes, for sure. Adrian, number 1.
My number 1's Return of the Jedi. Yeah, I know it's overrated and whatever, but you know what? The fight between Luke and Vader is probably like my favorite, and clapping my dick, and then him picking up good old Sheevy boy and throwing him over into the fucking tractor beam is great. The death of Vader made me cry, of course. But overall, I had fun with this movie. I just saw this movie for its 40th anniversary. That was just come worthy.
Lucky son of a.
Yeah.
Was it the
Loved
original version or was
No,
it
this
the special needs edition?
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Was
it was
it the
a special.
special
It was a
needs
special needs edition because they had Vader going, no,
No!
no.
No!
I was like,
Don't need it.
no, the original edition is the best.
My number 1 is the original. Yeah, it's cheap. Yeah, it's not the best acted. But fuck it. It's the most fun I have watching a movie. Such a fun movie. I love it. It brings everything we loved about this franchise to the franchise. Anakin Skywalker is my favorite film character of all time. Very closely behind him is Jason Voorhees, Kody. Don't need to worry. But yeah, Anakin Skywalker's story starts here, and even though it kind of takes a little dip, the newer shows are kind of helping that a bit. That makes sense.
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, Obi-Wan. Yeah. Yeah, I love this movie. It's so much fun from start to finish. It never drags. It never gets. It's perfect film. I love it so much. Empire is probably a better made film, but what George Lucas did on smaller budget for that time was the definition of movie magic. I mean, the special effects in this movie, and I'm talking about the original special effects from 1977, 1980, and 1983, still hold up. Like it's incredible. I love this movie. My favorite movie of all time. And there we go. My favorite franchise of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else got anything to say?
Lord Horny's my Lord and Savior.
Kody, anything from you, good sir?
Yeah, I really love Anakin Skywalker slash Darth Vader as well. He's like in my probably my top 5 fictional characters for sure.
Yeah. Nice.
Horny's my favorite Star Wars character.
Oh, and I also, you guys know this, but I have that. The original logo.
Nice.
Horny for president.
Horny for president, just like Jason for president.
I'll take both those guys over anyone.
Over you, of course.
Yeah, that too.
All right, everybody.
Right.
We out. AJ, go to bed. You look tired. Kody, if you want to play GTA in a bit, let me know, bro.
All right.
All right, people. We out.